Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be going over some of the Petco care guides. I grabbed quite a few of different animals that I have had. Today I'm going to go over the ferret one, and then I'm going to touch on the cat one too, just because I thought it was funny that they had a cat care guide. I mean, I guess it makes sense, but I've literally never thought about them having one. So I'm going to start with the ferret one, and the cat one will be at the end because it's not going to take as long. I'm assuming it's kind of bare inside, but so I'm gonna start with the ferret care guide. I am not good at editing, so I'm just gonna have to show you as I go through it. But so on the front here it says that ferrets are affectionate, intelligent, small animals that love to play, explore. They are known for their happy, inquisitive nature and humorous behavior. I would say that that is fair. That's why a lot of people have ferrets. That is why I have ferrets, because I love them. They're so fun and happy, and they get into everything. You constantly have to watch them. Here's one ma'am right here saying hi. Hi, ma'am. Do I smell funny? Okay. Facts. Average adult size, about 15 inches long. I've actually never measured my ferrets, but that sounds about right. For at least my male Loki. My females are all pretty smaller than that, I think, but I don't know for sure. If you're counting their tail, definitely longer than that, but I don't think they're counting their tail. Average lifespan, up to 8 years with proper care. I've heard of plenty of ferrets living longer than 8 years. So if you're giving them proper care, I wouldn't expect 8 years, but maybe that's, I don't know, an average that was figured out. They're carnivores. That's true. And all Petco ferrets have been spayed or neutered, and scent glands have been removed. Yeah, that's also true. Most ferrets you get as pets in the United States come like that, to limit the unwanted little beebs. Okay, so there is a lot of information in here, so I'm just going to start reading it, and we will touch on things that I disagree with or strongly agree with. So diet. A well-balanced ferret diet consists of high-quality ferret food. Ferrets are obligate carnivores. I'd say the absolute best diet would be a raw diet. However, it is very hard to get ferrets on a raw diet. I have tried. My ferrets will eat eggs. I'm still trying to introduce other meats and stuff, but right now they are on a mix of actually 3 different kibble diets, just because they're so picky. I'm trying to wean them off of the KT brand and more onto Wysong, but they are impossible, and sometimes they just won't eat, so I do what I have to do. But yeah, you do want to get a high protein diet for them. Clean, fresh, filtered, chlorine-free water, changed daily. That's also true. They need it in a cup, not a bottle. Do not feed chocolate, caffeine, or alcohol. I don't think I would feed any animal chocolate, caffeine, or alcohol. But I guess it's good that it's noted in there. Very random, but okay. Things to remember when feeding your ferret. Fresh food and water should always be available. That's true. They have such fast digestive systems that they need constant access to food and water. But that also means they poop a lot. A limited amount of ferret treats. Remember, treats should not exceed 10% of total food. I wouldn't even give them that much. I get like freeze-dried pieces, and they get maybe 1 a day. And that's definitely not 10% of their food. But it is a nice treat to reward them for good behavior. Very rarely. All food given to ferrets 16 weeks or younger should be moistened for easy consumption. I've never had a ferret 16 weeks or younger. I know you do that with cats, so I'd assume that it would work for ferrets. I don't know if that's accurate or not. Housing. Ferrets acclimated well on average household temperatures. Do not exceed 80 degrees Fahrenheit. Be cautious in extreme temperatures. Yes, in the summer I always have a fan blowing on my cage because I live in Washington State and almost no houses have AC. So I do what I can to keep them cool, but yeah, the pet room that they're in stays about 72 degrees, so that's kind of where they are. Ferrets need a large, multi-tiered, wire-sided habitat with good ventilation, secure doors, and solid floor. Opening between the wires should be small enough so that Habitat is escape proof. Habitat should also include a hammock, hiding place, litter box, toys, and is best to provide the largest habitat possible. I agree with that as well. I actually have 6 critter nations tied together for my ferrets, with so many hammocks, litter boxes. I would suggest more than one of all of those things, but I guess one is a bare minimum. And that's kind of what these care sheets seem to be providing. Also, if you can hear Alistair screaming in the background from the bathroom, she's eating her dinner. And she really wants out. 1 to 2 inches of bedding should be placed in the habitat. Proper bedding includes high quality paper bedding, crumpled paper bedding, or hardwood shavings. Cedar-based products are not recommended. I would not use any sort of wood shavings just because of the oils can get in their fur. But paper bedding, yeah, I guess. I don't use any bedding in my ferrets' enclosures. I actually have the pans just bare. I don't even have fleece on the bottom. They have blankets to sleep in and stuff, but it's just easier to wipe up than having to constantly wash the floor because they poop on it, or it's just easier to just have it clean, wipe it up. And plus they're really messy eaters. Ferrets are very social and may be kept in pairs or multiples if raised together or introduced correctly. I agree with that. I think they should always be kept in pairs, except for very rare circumstances. However, the introduced correctly, yeah, that's true. Ferrets are really hard to introduce. I spent months introducing my two groups of ferrets, and they still fight sometimes. But it's more like play fighting now instead of like dominance fighting, unless someone really ticks someone else off. But yeah, I think they should always be kept in multiples. They can get really depressed, so if you're not willing to do the introduction, I don't think you should get ferrets. Some younger ferrets tend to be asymptomatic carriers of ECE, epizootic viral disease that can be fatal if left untreated. Use caution when introducing new ferrets to your home, as a new ferret will appear healthy, but other ferrets in home may become sick within 2 to 3 days. Seek immediate veterinary attention if you suspect your ferret has ECE. Yeah, you should always quarantine new pets. That's not just for ferrets, that's for all new pets. Keep them in a separate airspace if you can. If they can't be in a separate airspace, it's almost it doesn't matter if you quarantine or not, because a lot of the infections are airborne. Different types of small animals should not be housed together. That is also true, and I think that's funny in this because so many Petco employees will recommend that you can put whatever hamsters together, which is not true. But yeah, don't ever house ferrets with any other smaller animal because they will eat them. Normal behaviors and characteristics: they're intelligent, playful, and mischief. They love to collect and hide household items. They love to dig. So be conscious of houseplants. Never allow out of habitat unsupervised. That's also true unless you ferret-proof your house. So, oh my gosh, they're causing a muck. They know that I'm distracted. They collect the weirdest stuff. Hi, sir, what are you doing? They collect the weirdest stuff. We got rid of our old couch and got this new one we could put directly on the floor. And I'm not joking you, there was like 50 toys and socks under the bed or under the couch. It was insane. Some ferrets may communicate by making entertaining noises. That is called duking, and 2 of my ferrets make that noise a lot. Nipping is a natural behavior to get attention. That is also true. They do bite. The only person they bit and held on to but not drawn blood is my boyfriend for some reason. They'll nip at me, but they let go right away. Can be litter box trained. That is true, but they also are extremely lazy, so if you don't make it easy for them, they are gonna poop wherever. Whenever my ferrets free roam the house, I have to go around when they go back in their cage and pick up all the poop because they just poop wherever they want. Habitat maintenance: clean and disinfect the habitat and its contents at least once a week with 3% bleach solution. Rinse and allow to dry completely before placing ferret back in. Yes, you have to keep their habitats very, very clean. That's part of the reason I just keep it the plastic on the bottom so I can wipe it up daily. I do wash their hammocks and bedding and stuff in Dr. Bronner's unscented baby soap. That's what I use for the ferrets. Scoop litter box daily, change bedding at least once a week or more often if necessary. Litter boxes, also I just dump the whole thing. I don't scoop it because their poop's really messy. Monthly baths with ferret shampoo are recommended. That is not true. You should only bathe your ferret if absolutely necessary and use oats in a sock. Don't use ferret shampoo. You'll strip their fur of natural oils that they need, and you'll actually probably make them more stinky. Outer ears should be cleaned using cotton ball and ear cleaning solution. When I took my ferrets to the vet did recommend they clean their ears. They told me not to, so I don't know about that. I would never try cleaning one of my animals' ears. I take them to the vet for that. Nails should be cut every 2 to 3 weeks. That is also very true. Fur may be brushed. I've never brushed my ferrets. Their hair isn't like super thick and knotty. However, nail cutting, I have a very quick and easy way I do it. I can make a video on it if you need to know how to cut your ferret's nails, because that is something that needs to be done. They'll just grow and grow and grow, and that's not good for anyone. Okay, next. Signs of a healthy animal: active and social when awake, sleeps up to 18 hours a day, shiny coat and clear eyes, eats and drinks regularly. Distemper vaccines are required at 8, 11, and 14 weeks of age. Rabies vaccines are required between 12 and 16 weeks of age. After that time, ferrets require annual vaccinations. I know this is kind of controversial. I do choose to get my ferrets vaccinated just because there is such a large group of them, and I also have cats. So that is a personal choice that I have my ferrets do at my ferret vet. But I do know a lot of people don't want their ferrets to get vaccinated, so I think it's kind of up in the air what's the right thing to do there. Red flags: weight loss, abnormal hair loss, diarrhea, stress, de-stressed breathing, lethargia, eye nasal discharge. Yeah, all of these things. Skin lesions, prolapse rectum, overgrown nails, dental abnormality, all of those things. If you notice anything weird with your ferret, take it to the vet right away, because ferrets' health can decline very, very quickly, and it is not fun. They are prone to so many health issues, mainly Marshall's ferrets, because they are bred for quantity and not quality. And I know for a fact that 3 of my ferrets are Marshall's ferrets. Loki and Harley we're not sure of, but I know for a fact Jonas, Evie, and Gomez are. Common health issues. So it lists a couple common health issues. I'm actually surprised. It lists diarrhea, ear mites, upper respiratory infection, and adrenal gland disorder. I'm kind of surprised here. I'll just show this. You can pause and read it if you'd like to. I'm not going to touch on that because I am not a vet, and like I said, if you see anything abnormal, take them to the vet. I would not try to self-diagnose things at home. Can you not get into that? Thanks. Or this one. Perfect. Come here, Jonas. Here's a beautiful Joni. What a cute Joni. Oh, I love this Joni. Alrighty, we are almost done. So on the back, it has a shopping list for needed supplies. Appropriate sized habitat. That is true. I suggest the Double Critter Nation at least. Best cage by far. I can do like a review on it if you want. High quality ferret food. Also agree. I like the White Song kibble. I also like the White Song freeze dried food that you mix up with water. Ferret treats, same situation. For ferret treats, I use freeze-dried chicken, duck, rabbit, anything like that. Food bowl, a water bottle. Like I said, no water bottle. Just get 2 bowls, one for food, one for water. And if you've seen my ferret cage tour, you will know that I have like a million different food and waters, because ferrets do get territorial and fight, so I don't want them to have that option. A hideaway place. Mine have tons of hammocks and stuff. Toys, yes. Hammocks, yes. Litter box, yes. Indoor playpen. I think free roaming is the best if you can do that. But they do need out of cage time every single day. So if you're going to get a ferret, don't think you can just leave it cooped up in its cage. Harness and leash. That's not necessarily necessary. A soft brush and nail clippers. Like I said, nail clippers, yes. Brush, I don't think that's super necessary. Shampoo, no. stypic powder. I don't even know what that is. And a book about ferrets. There's so many things on the internet. I don't think you need a book. It's probably outdated. So that is everything in this. I think for the most part, it is pretty good, actually. There was a couple things I disagreed on that I talked about. Hopefully I didn't ramble too long. I feel like this video is probably going on forever, but I do still want to touch on the cat portion really quick. I'm sure most of you haven't even made it this far. If you did, leave a comment and let me know. But let's go over this really quick. I'm not going to read everything in it like that. I'm just going to go over and talk about some weird stuff because, like I said, it's not as full of information. So 8 to 13 pounds, I think that's a really random number. They can be smaller or bigger than that. 13 plus years with proper care. My cat Sophie lived to be almost 20. And I know a lot of cats live that long, so I don't know about these lifespans they're coming up with. Shopping list, cat food, litter box, grooming supplies, water dish, food dish, litter and scoop, scratching post, toys, flea preventive. Oh, that's another thing for ferrets. You need to get them flea treated. Treats, bed, collar with ID tag, and book on cat care. Again, the book, I don't know. Collar, if it's an indoor cat, I know a lot of people don't use collars. I personally choose to for my cats because if they get outside, I want them to be identified. Everything else on that list, though, I do agree with. So here it says declawing is a simple procedure. Declawing is a simple procedure. Declawing a cat removes the entire first joint of its toes. That is a very inhumane thing to do. If you don't want your cat scratching your furniture and that's a deal breaker, don't get a cat. You cannot just cut the tip of your animal's finger off and think that that's an okay thing to do. I completely disagree. My first cat, Sophie, was declawed, but that's only because we got her like that from the Humane Society. Her previous owners had declawed her. I would never do that to an animal. Grooming and hygiene. Occasional bathing may be needed. I've only had to bathe my cats when they were kittens because they got in their poop. Medium and long hair cats will need brushing daily. I never have ever brushed my cats daily, and I have 3 long hair cats. I brush them like maybe once every 2 weeks. They take care of themselves pretty much. Trim claws as needed. That's true. I trim my cat's claws about once a month, way less than I do the ferrets. Signs of a healthy animal. I mean, it's obvious. And then vaccine info. So yeah, you do need to get your cats vaccinated. I have to go help this. And then this is literally, this and this is literally the exact same thing, printed front and back. So really all it was this information and then the shopping list. I think this is hilarious that they have this, and even more hilarious that has almost no information in it. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, and if you want to see my other ones, I have a crested gecko, leopard gecko, hamster, mouse, and dwarf hamster. I do want to try finding a rat care guide because I did have rats for quite a while. And then, yeah, I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!